how do you see data being, I guess, the importance of data evolving over time, where there's these internal data sets? I'm assuming they're proprietary. Do you see more kind of these walled gardens happening, more marketplaces where data is being sold? Like, how do you see it changing over time?
Yeah, it really depends on the type of product you're trying to solve. If you're working with text data or image data or sound data, for instance, then you'll have tremendous amounts of data sets, pre-trained models, et cetera, available to start with. If you're doing anything where you can represent your data as text, then you'll be able to go on Hugging Face and download state-of-the-art large language models, for instance, and really be able to hit the ground running with very little proprietary data of your own. If you're building a recommender system, on the other hand, or if you're trying to do pricing for a product, or if you're trying to do risk estimation, most likely the kind of data that you need is the kind of data that you can only really get by your own product iterating. And there's a wide range of things between these two extremes. Financial data, for instance, or commodities data. There's a lot of supply chain data. There are things where there are third-party sources that provide these data sources that you could purchase, subscribe to. Sometimes they're free, and you could build systems that are based on that. But there's, I would say, the majority of applications of machine learning within companies that drive substantial revenue probably would be characterized in this proprietary area. And then there's a few kinds of marquee data types where the public data is going to be far better than anything you do proprietary, just because of how much there is. Text and image are the two that really stand out there. And then a number of things that live on the spectrum between those.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a thriving and growing ecosystem of selling and buying models or in data. And I think when someone is thinking about learning to be a software engineer and they're learning the kind of the basics where they're learning on the side, there's always this recommendation to work on a side project, build a to-do list, build Twitter, like these kind of like small projects they can work on. What if you want to learn machine learning? Like, are there examples that someone can just kind of start tinkering around and learning how to build and train models?
Absolutely. I mean, certainly in the image and text space, it's very easy to go to Hugging Face, download some of the models that exist there, and try to get them to run on maybe on an AWS instance, and try to set up a small product that utilizes them, try to fine tune it on a set of data that you've found to be useful. This is something that's very easy to get off the ground with no requirement for having a proprietary data set of your own.
If you enjoyed this clip, make sure you watch the entire video, which has a lot more content just like this. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any of our episodes where we talk to leaders in the tech industry, from software engineers to product managers to engineering managers, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and also click the notification bell.